Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at Highlander Warrior. And this Highlander Warrior build is currently the highest performing build of the archetype on HSR play. So in a Rage Rover, Town Criers, some Amani Berserkers, Flunkies, Tolvirs and Rampages, obviously Zephyrus the Great, Bloodstone Mercenary, another phenomenal card, Frothing, Livewire Lands, culminating in Leroy, Celiac, Sultra, Siamat, Grom and Octosari to draw a fresh 8 cards if you haven't run low on resources. So what Highlander Warrior really is, it's basically a slower variant of the current Aggro Warrior. It runs much of the same tools that Aggro Warrior does. Like you have these upgrades and Berserkers and Rampage, and you have Bloodstone Mercenaries and you have Frothing Berserkers, Livewire Lances, many of the key tools of Aggro Warrior. But obviously, well, now you put them in a Highlander shell, so you're sacrificing consistency, everything is a one-off, so every game is a little bit different because you never know what you're going to find. But there are also some differences in the overall game plan, because this deck uses Zephyrus the Great, and Zephyrus the Great is great for finding some lethals. But that is not the only difference. The deck also is able to go a little bit longer than an Aggro Warrior does, because Octosari, Gromash, Siamat, there's a lot of endgame power here, even Darius Crowley in some circumstances. So because your deck is a little bit less consistent, you're not guaranteed to get that really good aggro opener, and you're not guaranteed to be able to try to finish the game very quickly. So while you're still being fairly aggressive, there are also some tools that help you. If you get a little bit of a slower start, you can compensate for it by just drawing like 8 cards in the middle of the game or having multiple big threats a little later in the game. And the deck even has some removal in the form of Brawl and Warpath, so that gives you even more flexibility on your game plan. You can even, with a slow start but having some board clears on the hand, you can even go for some kind of control roll at the start and then start pushing. So that's just a lot of flexibility in the deck. Overall, it's a slightly more mid-range approach than the pure Aggro Warrior, but you're still using many of the same combos, like if you can get Grom, and you can get Inner Rage on the Grom, or you can get Cruel Taskmaster on the Grom, you might be able to do some Rampaging, Injured Tolville Rampaging, Bloodstone Mercenary, copying some stuff, getting something damaged, then playing Rampage on it, then playing Bloodstone Mercenary, playing around with damaged minions, buffing them, playing around with weapons. Those sort of basic things that Aggro Warrior does are still relevant for this archetype as well. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally looking for your early game. Eternium Rover, Town Crier, Amani Berserker, Frightened Flunky, Injured Tolver, Temple Berserker. These are the key cards. These are all independently good. They can be played on the board, they can get you on the board early. And in addition to those, you're looking for various synergies. So if you have an Amani Berserker, maybe you can keep a Cruel Taskmaster with that, or an Inner Rage. And if you have some way to damage a minion, then Bloodstone Mercenary to go together with that, or if you already have a good early start, then Frothing Berserker or Livewire Lands to keep that momentum going. Those sorts of things can be good. And then there is Zephyrus the Great. You're not always playing it for tempo, but sometimes you do, and it's always a great card to keep in the mulligan, regardless of which stage of the game you're actually going to play it. I found this deck very interesting to play and more difficult than your general Hearthstone deck, because there are often positions where you have a lot of cards in hand. You have stuff like Improve Morals, you have these Livewire Lances, you're generating lackeys, and you have Zephyrus, and then you have all these combinations with damaged minions. So especially if a game goes late, there are often turns where you have a lot of options on how to proceed, and sometimes it can be difficult to find the right path. But on the other hand, it was also pretty fun to play a deck like that. If you enjoyed this content, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Highlander Warrior in action. Rare, very rare in Hearthstone. Alright, let's see about this priest game anyway. So, priest. Alright, Amani. Yes, time for a little blood indeed. Tolvir is pretty good here. Because I can't just kill the Tolvir. I mean, I could with the Inner Rage, but is that strong enough? Because I could Inner Rage this, copy it, and use one of them to kill the Tolvir. Then I would still have the other one left. Maybe that is actually optimal. Let's do it like that. We get rid of the Tolvir before the priest gets to do anything with it. I have a 3/3 and a 7/2 on the board that I can play a Frothing Berserker. But now the priest is going to play a Psycho Pump, I see. Which is pretty good. I play the Frothing. I have to use one to kill the first one of the Tolvirs. And this one will kill the second of the Tolvirs. But now if the priest has any, like Pyromancer plus something, then he can just deal with this board very easily. Or the priest could alternatively have another Psycho Pump. That's annoying. So now I cannot protect the Frothing anymore. I can actually. I'll kill the first one with the Frothing. But I kill the second one with the Mercenary. And then I will play Ciliax to kill a Psycho Pump. So now the Frothing is protected a little bit, assuming that the priest doesn't have Silence or Pyromancer. Silence or Pyromancer would obviously do a lot here. Blade Master. I can't kill Blade Master though. Nope, I cannot. Sultras doesn't kill it. Taskmaster doesn't kill it. I simply cannot kill the Blade Master. 50-50 brawl. I win the brawl, I win the game. Maybe, because the priest didn't have a better answer. Is that the best chance I have? That's hard to say. Pushing 18 to the face. Here's a Pyro. I think I need to do it just like this. Push that 17 to the face. Assume no Pyromancer. If there's Pyromancer now, the Frothing is easier to kill. But there was no Pyromancer last turn because he would have played it. Well, he top decked the Pyromancer. That's pretty convenient, of course. I mean, that is extremely convenient. I highly recommend top decking Pyromancer when you're just about to die and you absolutely need a Pyromancer to survive.
Not quite what was planned.
So it's Ultras and its upgrade. And I kill off the Pyromancer. Do I trade this off there so that I can hit face? Put the priest down to 8. But I would still need some more damage from somewhere. So no, I think I will actually keep my minion on the board and just kill the Blade Master. Priest is down to 12. Another top deck Pyromancer. That's a pretty good one. That means card draw. And I'm one off with the Leroy. I've seen one injured Tolvir. It was just resurrected multiple times. So there is one injured Tolvir left. One off with the Leroy. I think this is what I need to do. Now he's very unlikely to be able to draw with the Acolyte. And unless he now, in those 3 cards, has a taunt minion, I will just kill him next turn with the Leroy. This gave him the least amount of card draw, and therefore the best chance for me to have lethal next turn. And there's the lethal. Maybe, if they have Wrath. Kept 2 cards, so there's the Quest and the Crystal Merchant maybe. Best deck to climb. Just look at my YouTube channel. There's a fresh video that tells you everything you need to know. I'm going to coin the Amani there. Wrath is the only good out. But the Druid could have it. We're about to find out. But I just think I need the pressure. Do I need Zephyrus out there as well? I think I actually do. Yeah, I just need all the pressure I can get here. Tempo Zephyrus for Animal Companion. Druid has to have the Wrath now. Okay, Lodi can do it too. Too bad that was a bonus Lodi. No Huffer. But we delayed the quest by a turn. That's something. Oh, 2 Lodis. Sandbinder draws the Siamat. But Korkron hits face. He had 2 Lodis. Did he? He didn't have a Wrath, right? He wouldn't have spent the first Lodi if he had Wrath. So I have a good read that there's no Wrath. There can still be Starfall or Swipe, of course. But we're going face. Two out of 4 into the quest. Starfall or Swipe is needed now. Or that Wrath, but there was no Wrath. I had a great read that there's no Wrath. So the only card that could be Wrath would be that one. Well, it was a Searcher, and Searcher is also good. Delays the quest, but other than that keeps him going. This has got to be a Frothing Berserker. Can the Druid answer the Frothing? He had a Swipe. Ouch. That was a very significant moment, because now he actually is able to advance the quest and get the board cleared. All it took was 2 Lodis, always a Searcher and Swipe. Let's Snip Snap. After this turn the quest will be ready. Then life will be difficult. Ouch. That's a good one too. I need to spend the upgrade so that I can kill it. Oh, I could kill it with the improved morale now. Yeah, we'll do that. Sandbinder draws the Siamat. Improve morale on that. Gives me a Lackey. 3+1. Here we're pushing that 4 to the face. That one gets rush, I play the upgrade. So that I can kill that, and I can actually push the 4 to the face. Put the Druid down to 9, but now the quest is done. Druid has 8 mana. Being down to 9 is not a problem. Oh, even has the comfort of playing the Nourish. That's pretty scary, really. 9 damage. Put the Druid down to 7. Get an Octosari on the board. Or Siamat. Octosari is scarier, right? Octosari on the board. Okay. But now Druid has 10 mana and 8 cards. So having just 7 health might not be a problem for this Druid. I've seen one Anubis at Defender. Okay, some Searchers. They are going to kill what exactly? The Searcher isn't very strong here though. And if they kill the Octosari, I'm just very likely to draw damage. If they don't kill the Octosari, well, that's an 8-8. Octosari actually doing work here. I'm not sure the Searcher was to play. But doesn't have anything. I mean, I know he didn't have Wrath earlier. Because double Wrath, of course, kills the Octosari. I am not certain that this is going the way the Druid wants this to go. So I have 7, 8, 9.
Unity, precision,
Well, this time it was the Druid who couldn't find the answers. I might actually need the brawl against the Shaman. Kept that card, so it's going to be a Quest Shaman. Right? Questy Quest Shaman it is. Alright. Let's go. This injured Tolver is not going to die. He kept another card, so that could be like a questing adventurer, explorer. Yeah. Well, that's cool and stuff. But have you seen a 5-6 minion? I think it's going phase. How are you going to deal 6 damage anyway? Highlander Warrior was 100%. Oh. Well, Plague of Murlocs was a pretty good card there. I suppose. I think I want to protect my Sir Finley. I'm actually going to kill that minion. And Sir Finley is going phase. Next turn I'm upgrading the Wrench Caliber. Sir Finley can still do things. I believe in Sir Finley. Sir Finley is cool. Witchy Lucky. Ooh, Titanic Lucky. Okay. So much lucky things going on here. That's unfun. Well, I need to upgrade my weapon. So that I can kill the Cable Rat. I would kind of want to kill the Evil Totem. But in this position, I think I need to build more of a board. So I need to get my Finley damage so that I can summon a copy of it. I just need a bigger board here. That board wasn't enough.
Of course it's the right way.
4 out of 6. He might be able to complete the quest this turn. I think he can, yeah. He doesn't though. Well, next turn then. Oh, that Sultras would be so good. Can't really use it here though. I don't want him to have lackeys. I mean, he has one in hand, so I can't prevent that. But I do wonder if I should be hitting face. But if I push 9 to the face, that's not going to be good enough, right? I have to brawl to fall back on. Maybe I can actually push 9 to the face. He can use wasps because he has a lucky on the board. I actually think at this point I do need to push 9 damage to the face. Put a third bomb in his deck. And equip the Sultras. I believe this is correct. Because I need to be pushing damage here. Put bombs into his deck. If he can't find the life drinkers, he's constantly at threat of being killed. I have the brawl in hand, so I can answer if he just completely takes over the board. I can always answer that. I have Grom in hand, so I have some burst. If I can find something to use with that especially.
You belong to the bomb now.
Yeah, I mean, I know I let him do this. I intentionally let him do this.
Here there is no light.
Did that one do? Give your minions +1 attack, okay.
Double time and double pay.
Giving his minions +1 attack is actually a little bit scary. Because, yeah. I'll have to see what the flunky is going to give me. An Armadillo. A Conjured Mirage. I don't really want to shuffle that into my deck though. He can just not attack into it. Drawing this again would just be so bad. Maybe I can afford it.
Bask in my radiance.
I think I want to kill that totem. And then push face. I mean, there are still 3 bombs in his deck. He still has to find life drinkers. If he can't find life drinkers, he's in so much trouble. He did find a life drinker. That was the thing he needed the most. That was the thing he needed the most, and that was the thing he got. And he also managed to pull a Reborn from the Faceless Lucky, which is pretty good. If he can find the Giggling Inventor, it's going to be so good for him. I think I have to brawl this anyway. Hopefully the Life Drinker doesn't win. Knife Juggler one. Well, that also can be dangerous. I mean, I could tank it. Then I only get him to 12. I think I need to. Get him to 12. Get the Temple Berserker out there. So... he needs taunts. Or Drinker. Well, he can get Shadowwalk pretty soon too. He's not drawing the second bomb quickly enough here, maybe.
I hope you like my invention.
So no Giggling Inventor. That's good. Five damage there. Well, that taunt minion. Sandbinder draws the Zephrys. I'll use the Zephrys to find Pyroblast.
I will shoot you here.
Right. I can't use more mana, but Zephrys should still give me the Pyroblast. So now he needs to draw the second Life Drinker, because Shudderwalk heals him for just 3. Or he needs to have 12 from hand. And he doesn't have any lackeys in hand at the moment. So Wasps are not active. And he actually can't even play Shudderwalk because he's overloaded. So he has to have the Life Drinker.
To the bomb now.
Access denied.
And that is not a Life Drinker. So we take him down. So I think I'll mulligan them away. If I can't find the minions, they're useless. I need to find the minions. I didn't, but I did find a brawl. So that means that I have some ways of coming back, even if I'm originally in a bad spot. It's not always a disaster here.
Is someone injured?
But that cleric on 1, that is strong. Well, I didn't manage to, I mean, I mulliganed all the cards. I just couldn't find anything. Between Inner Rage and the Livewire lands, I could have had a chance to kill the cleric. Oh. Now this is looking bad. How can I come back from this? I couldn't find anything that costs 1 or 2. Because I could go in Restless Mummy next turn, but he's going to heal the 12-year. So the mummy is not going to be able to kill it anyway. I'm going to have to go in the Snip Snap. That's the way. Going Snip Snap gives me a minion on the board. Then I can go with the Livewire Lance next turn. Which, I mean, all he needs to do is heal the 12-year. And the Lance still cannot contest. And this means that I can't brawl on turn 4. Oh no, if he has the circle. Oh no! He actually did have the circle. Well, I mean, I can't play around him having perfect stuff all the time. Obviously. It just isn't possible. I need to hit into that one. Get that lucky. Witchy lucky. There's no point to hit with the Snip Snap. But he probably wins from here. That's a silence, yeah. It looked like a silence. And if there's another circle, then that's... oh, come on. Well, Priest high rolls sometimes. And when they high roll, they really high roll. That was a pretty good turn, I would say. Drawing a lot of cards. So I'd have to somehow magically survive next turn. How do I survive next turn? So that I could brawl the turn after that. 16 damage. It's pretty like that there's just tons and tons of damage. 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So even with a single Divine Spirit, it's already almost I'm already almost gone. Probably have to kill that one and armor up. This means that if he only has 1 Divine Spirit, then he doesn't have lethal. But if he has Divine Spirit and... no, it's already enough, right? Yeah, because the Injured Blade Master can be healed further. Yeah, then it's 18. 20, 23 damage. So single Divine Spirit is lethal. With the Inner Fire. And he has the combo. Well, that was just a non-game. These sorts of non-games happen sometimes when you're playing against a high roll deck.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.